Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to answer some of your questions about starting a jewelry business. Let's get right into it. So the first question is, how do you customize watches to add gold and diamond initials like this watch right here? First of all, I don't suggest that you guys do this. If you do this, you will destroy the value of the watch. If you want to customize a watch, just make a custom diamond bezel. This way you can always take it off and put the original bezel back on, and the watch will keep its value. But to answer your question, it's very simple. Make a 3D wax, cast it in gold, polish it, set diamonds into it, and solder it on the watch. It's that simple. Let's get into the next question, and that's how to make box clasp locks for Cuban chains and bracelets. This is very easy to do. It's the exact same process. You make a 3D design, print the wax, cast it into gold, set diamonds into it, polish it, and solder the lock to the chain links. Next question is, when you make earrings, should you make a 3D design for them and print them and cast them, or should you buy pre-made mounting? If you make standard earrings, you should always buy mountings. It will be cheaper because you won't have to pay your polisher as much for labor. You just pay a diamond setter to set stones, and the polisher will do a light polish. But if you're making earrings in a size that a mounting company doesn't have in stock, or if you're making custom earrings, then of course you should print and cast them yourself. The next question is, which Mars printer should I buy? I suggest getting the latest regular model, such as the Mars Elegoo 4. Honestly, I wouldn't even get the professional model. The base model will do just fine. The only time I will get a more expensive model, like the Saturn, is if you want to print whole chains and bracelets, because the Saturn has a much larger print plate, so you're able to do that. You can print entire bracelets, cast them, cut the supports, and this is going to save you a lot of money because you won't have to pay to solder links and put together the chain or bracelet. But if you're making pendants or rings, then any Mars printer will do just fine, and they all print with very high quality. The next question is it cheaper to make jewelry overseas or make it yourself in the district? It's cheaper to make pieces yourself if you live near a jewelry district when it comes to making gold pieces. But if you want to make silver pieces, it will be significantly cheaper to make them internationally. The next question is, what do you do if you don't live near a jewelry district? If you don't live near a district, you can still start a business. The only thing you really need a district for is to cast jewelry. You can send your resins or your waxes to a caster and they will send you back the gold pieces. And you can find any jewelry repair shop in your city and they will set stones and polish the pieces for you. So that's not a problem at all. Also, I have a question from Antonio, and he's asking me, if you live in the Caribbean, how do you make jewelry? Alright, so this depends on what country you live in, but I do want to say one thing. Anytime people go on cruises, when the ship docks, there are always a bunch of jewelry stores, and that right there is the district. So if you live close to one of these, go ahead and check that out. But again guys, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can always get jewelry manufactured for cheap overseas, so there's nothing stopping you from starting your business, no matter where you are in the world. Next question, what kind of jewelry should I start my business with? Gold or silver pieces? This again depends on whether or not you live near a district and how much money you have to start with. When you start a business, you have to make a collection of pieces. You can't just make 1 or 2 pieces. You want to have a good amount of products when you start selling. So if you have a good amount to start with gold, but if you're on a budget, start with manufacturing silver pieces. Also, some of you guys asked me about selling silver pieces with CZ stones. I don't recommend this, but once you have your business going and you want to expand to more cheaper products, here you guys see the wholesale prices for this type of jewelry. Alright guys, let's move on to the next question, and that's, why can't you buy diamonds from China? You can buy diamonds from China, but only if they're lab diamonds. You can't buy natural diamonds from China because China is not a producer of natural diamonds. Most diamonds are cut in places like India, so it'll be much better to buy there and it'll also be cheaper. Next question is, where do you buy gold? The answer is very simple. You don't. You don't need to buy gold because you won't be doing any of the castings yourself. You also don't need to bring your own gold to casters. They will have the gold. You don't need to buy gold bars or coins because those are horrible investments. It's much better to hold jewelry and flip it and double your money, instead of holding coins and bars, which you buy at a premium anyway. Alright, the next question is, how important is micron thickness on silver pieces? And the answer is, it's very important. If you're starting a silver jewelry brand, you want your pieces to be high quality and you want them to last. You don't want them to fade. You don't want a customer to get one of your pieces and then after a short while, the gold starts wearing off. That customer is not going to buy from you again. So yes, make sure you have a decent micron plating on your silver pieces. Alright, so this is a very quick video for you guys. Let me know what questions you have about starting a jewelry business in the comments.